The teachings of the Gifts of the Spirit Center have evolved since its founding in 1977. Some religions base their beliefs on a holy book, which means their beliefs are written and therefore static. They do not evolve. The Gifts of the Spirit Center considers the Holy Bible a psychic and mediumistic history book. Most of the Bible's primary personalities were mediums who heard the voice of God, clairaudience, had visions, clairvoyance, prophesied, had dreams, did automatic writing, and healed the sick. Every one of the gifts of the Spirit is recorded on the pages of the Holy Bible. Jesus taught, God is spirit. Therefore, when mediums communicate with spirit, they communicate with God. Throughout history, there have always been mediums. Joan of Arc clairaudiently heard spirit's directives to lead the French army to drive the English out of France. Nostradamus had visions which allowed him to predict events that would occur centuries into the future. In 1848, teenage girls Katie and Maggie Fox discovered how to communicate with spirit, and the modern age of spiritualism was born. Spiritualism is a religion whose foundation rests on spirit communication. The information provided by some mediums has shaped history. During a seance in the White House, trance medium Nettie Colburn Maynard urged President Lincoln to issue the Emancipation Proclamation. In 1954, Spirit encouraged Carl R. Hewitt, a clairaudient, clairvoyant medium, to found the Gifts of the Spirit Church. In 1972, Carl was ordained as a spiritualist minister, which enabled him to open the Gifts of the Spirit Church and finally fulfill Spirit's request. Carl's spirit control lone eagle guided Carl throughout his life. He and other spirits revealed teachings to Carl, who then taught them to his congregation. One such teaching was, the laws of psychic science have never changed. What was true in biblical times can still happen today. In 1986, Carl met J.Z. Knight, who channels the Ascended Master Ramtha. Ramtha's teaching, Behold God, encouraged every person to realize they are a god. This mirrored Jesus' teachings, Ye are gods. In the mid-1990s, Carl began channeling Awan, the angel without a name, who was also an ascended master. Sidney Schwartz was charged with scribing Awan's teachings, now a trilogy, My First, Second, and Third Encounter with an Angel, and crossovers. Awan taught that God is both male and female, and all points in between. In 2005, Carl Hewitt transitioned into the spirit world, and Sidney assumed the leadership of the center. In 2013, Sidney met Susan St. Jean, who channeled the Council of Igma, a combined consciousness frequency signature of Jesus, the 13 apostles, including Mary Magdalene, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Moses, Mohammed, and Einstein. Igma deepened the understanding that we are gods by teaching us about Mother, Father, God. Jesus taught that God is androgynous with both male and female energetic qualities. However, Christian theologians decided to suppress all aspects of the divine feminine, so this teaching is missing in the Bible, but his actual teaching survived in Gnostic texts. Ramtha, Awan, and Igma also taught that God is androgynous. All individuated expressions echoed the same teachings. It's a rippling effect of continuity. Therefore, we now embrace this ancient understanding. Our purpose in this life on earth is to spiritually evolve, despite forgetting our divine nature. Our goal in life is to be the divineness we are in our daily lives. In 2019, Susan was directed to work with the divine feminine energy, which many religions have abandoned. People need to realize that God's energy is the union of male and female energy, which we call Isbe, which is the androgyny of the combined energy of Mother Source, the Isness, and Father Creator, the Beingness. In 2024, Igma discussed the importance of omitting the word church from our name, since the word is strongly associated with religions that claim God is separate from a human being, versus what Jesus taught, that God is within the human. By eliminating the word church, we are aligning our vibration with the evolution of our current understanding. Carl R. Hewitt confirmed this during a trance communication. Today, the Gifts of the Spirit Center is focused on the One I Am, the consciousness and energy of God, Mother Source, Father Creator, of all that is. Igma, as part of the One I Am, channeled the consciousness gathering meditation that guides us to claim our truth by identifying ourselves as the divine crystalline energy of the One I Am, so that we can be that energy in our daily lives. The beliefs of the Gifts of the Spirit Center have evolved tremendously in its nearly 50-year history. We honor all the individuated expressions that have served in the history of the center and the merging of them into the consciousness of the One I Am.